What is up, MMA fans? This is Tudor Leonte for Sherdog here. And today I have the pleasure to introduce UFC middleweight fighter, Mr. Joseph Holmes. Hello, Joseph. Welcome on Sherdog. How are you today?
I'm great, man. Just a real busy day, but I appreciate that introduction. It was awesome.
Thank you very much, sir. And I appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time. I know that you are right now doing some medical checkups. I don't know, where are you right now?
Yeah, I'm at this urgent care in Kansas City. I just did an EKG, and then I got to do this blood work. And then I have to do like a physical, all the stuff that the UFC requires.
Well, best of luck then with your medicals. My first question for you is, how did you celebrate New Year's Eve?
It was, when I got this fight, it was actually like right before Christmas. So we just celebrated by letting my boy open his gifts early. We did Christmas like a week early for him. And then I just got to see a bunch of family and got to spend some good money on gifts because I got the, that UFC money now.
Well, I believe you still have to make it, to make your first fight. So, but yeah. Still, that's good. That's good enough. So listen, let's talk a little bit about the path that brought you to the Octagon. And my first question for you is that you submitted Shonte Barnes on Dana White Contender series this year, the past year actually, but you weren't offered a contract that night. You were actually the only fighter who didn't get a contract that night. And for me, it's surprising considering that you also finished your opponent. What happened that night, and how come they didn't offer you a contract that time?
Well, Dana just made it clear that I wasn't going to get a contract just because he wanted me to be, she just stuck a needle in my arm. Sorry. He just wanted me to be in front of the UFC fans more. And he was just like, looking for a fight gets over, 3 million views in like a couple of days. So he's just like, just go on my show, finish another fight in 2 months, and then you got yourself a contract. So it was kind of just to, just to put me out there more, give me a little more recognition. And it worked. Like, my social media has been blowing up. I barely use Twitter, but that's been blowing up. So,
well, in fact, you then move on and defeated Jonathan Patti via TKO in November. So, I mean, what were you thinking at that point? I mean, after having scored that back-to-back victories?
I mean, I was just thinking, hey, I did what I was supposed to do, so do what you're supposed to do and give me that paperwork, and I was mainly really excited to get that blue check on all my social medias. I still haven't got it yet, but it should be soon. And, it's just more work to do, man. It's just the work doesn't stop. I got to keep going regardless. It's fun, but it's more so setting my life up,
What have you been working on since, knowing that you were going to join the UFC?
I have been working on, changing my timing. I've been doing a lot of footwork things because I have a bad habit of like my feet not moving sometimes. Like, I'll move my head, but my feet won't move with it sometimes. So I've been working a lot on footwork. I haven't had a lot of time. It's just been 3 weeks. So as far as like specific training for this fight, it hasn't necessarily been super specific, but just been training a lot and coming out here to see Krause at Glory in Kansas City as much as I can so that I can get those training partners I need.
You are now scheduled to face Jamie Pickett on January the 15th. What do you expect from your next opponent?
I expect him to be a strong guy early, experienced. I also expect him to be very desperate. This is going to be his last shot to, stay in the UFC. So I expect desperation. I do expect him to be tired, and cardio is one of my biggest weapons. So I hope that he's been working on his cardio. I expect it to be a great, exciting fight early, and then me to just kind of take over and start dominating.
Interestingly enough, both you and your next opponent had already defeated, Jonathan Patti. Did you watch Pickett's fight against Patti?
Yes, I watched it for that fight to see how Jonathan fights, and then I watched it for this fight as well. So,
and what do you think? I mean, also comparing your performance against the same opponent.
It made me really confident to see, it took him a little harder time to finish him. And then he didn't even just finish him. The ref had to step in and say it's over. And I kind of just, knocked him out cold earlier than he did. So it definitely made me feel confident in my abilities in comparison to Jamie Pickett. And then it took some of the fear away. There's a bunch of fear and anxiety involved in this sport. And watching that and kind of making the comparison definitely took some of my anxiety away.
How do you see this fight going down?
No. I see us. No, I'm sorry. Oh, you did? I see us, like I said, having a really explosive early first round. And then when he starts to slow down, my volume's just going to pick up and just tear him down. And I don't see it leaving the first, but if we do, I don't see it getting past halfway through second. I feel like I'm a really calculated striker, and then way even better and more calculated on the ground. And his last couple of fights, he's called himself being really desperate and shooting it for takedowns, and he's not even that great of a wrestler. So I definitely see this being a dominant performance, but this is the UFC, and I'm not going to take anything from him. But that's why I've been training super duper hard so that I can give what I'm saying I'm going to give for this fight.
What are your goals for 2022?
I want to have a busy year. I want to fight a lot. I want to drop a sweater line by next winter. I want to drop some Ugly Man Joe sweaters. And yeah, that's kind of it. Just really want to have a busy year. That's kind of why we're starting off in January. And then I want that to help me push my brand out by the end of the year. Hopefully get top 20, something like that by the end of the year.
Now that you mentioned Ugly Man, let's talk a little bit about your nickname. I mean, don't take it the wrong way, but you're quite a handsome man. So why did you pick Ugly Man for your nickname?
Ugly Man Gang, okay, is something I created when I was younger. And it was just kind of how me and my friends expressed ourselves at the time. Like I would see my friend and they would, start roasting on my shoes or, tell me I'm, what up, ugly man, boy, why you wearing them flooded pants or, wearing them boats on your feet or something. And whenever that would happen between friends, that's just an opportunity to defend yourself, and kind of just be like proud of yourself, and just respond back like, what? Nah, just saying things back. So growing up, everybody always called me Ugly Man Joe. So when I was picking a nickname, it just worked.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that with us today. The card on which you are fighting on is headlined by the clash between Giga Chikadze and Calvin Kattar. Can you please tell us your pick for that fight?
I really like Giga. He has great kicks, but Calvin, his striking, in my opinion, is on another level. He comes under and over. I definitely got Calvin, right? Calvin Kattar
yes.
In the second round. I got him in the second with probably by knockout. Giga's aggressive, but they're gonna get into a gunfight, and I got Calvin.
Yeah, for sure. I believe it's going to be quite a showdown. Sir, before I let you go, do you have any last message?
I mean, shout out to Iridium Sports Management Agency for being amazing. Shout out to you, man, for your time and kind of working with me. I know my day's been a little bit crazy and we were scheduled at an earlier time, but blah, blah, blah. I appreciate you. Shout out to my sponsors who helped me out for this fight. Matt Malone with Malone and Associates in Dallas, Jesse Vasquez with Casa Real Estate, Charlie Riddle, my guy Charlie. All three of you guys helped me out tremendously for this fight, and I appreciate it. I also have shirts for sale, and that the link to those is in my Facebook bio or my Instagram bio. So they're only $25, $5 delivery fee. And yeah, man, I appreciate your time, man. It was awesome to get to talk with you for a bit.
Sir, it was quite a pleasure, to chat with you today. Best of luck with your upcoming fight, and hopefully I will hear again from you in the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, brother.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.